Roy Williams. And a reminder, a lot of different ways that you can send us questions here on the show. You can send me a tweet at Jones Angel. Angel has 2 L's at the end. You can send me an email. It's at asktheheels@gmail.com. We'll gather those and ask some with Coach every single week. Again, that's asktheheels@gmail.com. Also coming up here in just a moment after we talk to Coach, you're going to hear some of an interview with former Tar Heel Kevin Salvadori. Remember that 1993 national championship team for the Tar Heels. And Adam Lucas and I had a chance to catch up with Kevin here recently. Had a great time talking with him. Hope you'll enjoy that. But let's get to some more questions first for Coach. Coach, this one came from David Klein, and he says he assumes that negative social media commentary can take its toll on players, but also might be difficult for coaching staff. And do you ever get tired of being told by strangers how to do your job?
I do get tired of it, but the good thing is with me is I never look on social media. My friends and family tell me when people are saying things, and I feel sorry for them because they feel like they have to defend me.
Right.
And I know after the Clemson game, there were a lot of naysayers out there. And I'm the same guy. I'm coaching the same way. Got to change a little bit with the times. Got to change to fit our personnel. But I didn't look at that stuff in 05, 09, and 17. We won a national championship, and I'm not looking at it now and just trying to do the best I can every day. And, you know, it's people are going to say what they want to say, but unless they've been with your team, they don't have any clue what they're talking about.
Sure. Coach Michael Gaskin sent this one in. He said he's heard you often say that a lot of times you don't look at the score for a large majority of the game, and he just wonders, have you ever had a coach or a player actually tell you the score and go, Coach, actually it's 32-30 or whatever it might be?
No, I've never had that. The biggest surprise I've ever had is last year at Kansas in 2003, we're in the semifinals against Marquette with Dwayne Wade.
Yep.
And I knew we were playing well. But I didn't know how well. And all of a sudden I look up, that's my phone ringing, and I don't even know how to cut the daggone thing off. So we'll get through this. It'll be all right.
That's Dwayne Wade calling, saying,
yeah,
don't tell
Dwayne
that
Wade.
story
That
about
is.
the Marquette game.
That is, but I knew we were playing really well. But I never looked at the score a single time. And then I turn as we're walking off the court at halftime, and we are up 59-30.
Yep.
We're up 29 in the national semifinals at halftime. But what I do that for is because I don't want to keep looking at the score. I want to evaluate how we're playing without the score driving me. I mean, a lot of times you take a good shot and it doesn't go in, and sometimes you take a bad shot and it does.
Right.
Well, I like to get the good shots. And so I try to evaluate how we're playing without being driven by that score. Now, I do look in the second half, and particularly the last 6 or 8 minutes of the game.
Coach, last question, and then we'll take a break here. And this one comes from, don't even have a name. Oh, Cameron, there it is. Young coach Cameron. Cameron says he's heard you talk a lot about grading tape in many interviews, but he's often wondered what that grading system looks like. Are there specific things players can do to merit a positive grade versus a negative grade? Does each coach grade one player, or does every coach grade every player on every play?
Well, it is really complicated. It's hard to even explain. But after every game, and generally that night, we stay a couple hours after the game, we grade every player on every possession, and we'll have anywhere from 3 or 4 of us to 7 of us. And I'm usually calling things out. Other people are calling things out. We have a couple of guys charting and keeping the scores that we're calling out. But it's very, very involved. I think it's something that helps our team because after every game we say you really did a nice job of this, but you made 4 mistakes on this. We'll concentrate on that. Let's not have the next game 4 more mistakes in that same area. So I do it for teaching purposes, and I think it helps us.
Coach, we're going to take a break here, and then Coach will rejoin us at the end to talk about Virginia. Listeners are going to hear a little bit of an interview with Kevin Salvadori, as I mentioned, a member of that 1993 Carolina team. Of course, your Kansas team faced Carolina in the Final Four that year, had faced Carolina in the Final Four a couple years earlier as well in 1991. Do you have any memories of that 93 Carolina team, the George Lynch, Derek Phelps, Eric Montross group?
I remember Donald Williams making every shot he took.
He
That's what
did
I
do that.
remember.
He did do that.
No, we were a good team. We'd had a great year. We were really good all year long, and we too, with Adonis Jordan and Rex Walters, had 2 guards that were really the strength of our team, different than now where our big guys are. But we felt like we had a chance, but we needed to shoot a better percentage. we needed to make sure that North Carolina at that time didn't go off on us, but Donald did go off on us. They were much stronger up front than we were, and we knew that our guards had to play great. But it was a great win for Coach Smith. And then I talked to my high school coach, and I said, let's stay around and watch Coach Smith win his second one on Monday night, and we did.
Certainly a great weekend for the Tar Heels. Of course, you remember Coach Williams, Kansas's team had knocked the Tar Heels off 2 years before in 1991 in the Final Four in Indianapolis. So you'll hear some of that conversation with Kevin Salvadori, and then Coach will rejoin us for the final segment of the show to preview the upcoming matchup with Virginia. That's on the Roy Williams Show from Learfield IMG College. Carolina on the road again. It is Saturday at 6 o'clock, this time in Charlottesville, facing Virginia. And as Coach and I are talking, Virginia still plays one more time. They're going to play on the road at Georgia Tech on Wednesday night. But currently, Coach, Virginia 12-3, 8-1 in the ACC, having another very good campaign under Tony Bennett.
Tony just does a great job, gets guys to buy into the way that he wants to play. Excuse me. And Hauser, the youngster transfer from Marquette's having a great year for him. Clark at the point guard's really doing some big-time things. They've had some impressive performances. We got beat by 8 million points down at Clemson, and Virginia went into Clemson and beat them by 8 million. So it's a big-time matchup for us. We need to play great if we expect to have a chance to win. But that's okay. That should be our goal, was to play great and go in there. And, again, Tony just does a great job, and they're shooting more threes, making more threes this year than any team that he's coached that I can remember.
Coach, you may not even have thought about this yet. I don't know. But an unusual week certainly now for your team with anticipating playing on Monday and then not playing and everything that's going on. How do you – have you given thought how to manage this week leading up to the game?
Well, we've got a plan. That doesn't mean it's going to be good. But we were going to give them Tuesday off anyway, and so we did give them Tuesday off. And now we've got to get back and go to work Wednesday, Thursday, and try to get ready for Virginia.
So, again, it is 6 o'clock on Saturday evening in Charlottesville. Radio-wise, we'll be on the air at 5 p.m. to get you ready for Carolina and Virginia. Coach, as always, thank you for your time. Great to see you, and look forward to talking with you again soon.
All right, Jones, thank you very much. You guys have a great day.